Hey everybody, Aaron here. So, probably not the best way to show off my new camera, unfortunately. And if it is the one that comes out before I showed off my new camera in terms of a video, then I'm sorry in advance. But the thing is that I definitely kind of wanted to change things up. I want to make my channel a little more, I want to say presentable. I just want to make it a little bit more, you know, I guess newer age. And this is not even really newer age. This is me using OBS and trying to fiddle around with that. Because, again, I really don't know very much, but I've been trying to practice a little bit and learning from some of my friends what I could do and what I can't do. Anyways, I want to talk to you guys about what I've been watching this season, my thoughts on the shows. Now, listen, folks. I know some of you will be like, oh my god, you're not watching this show. Oh my god, you didn't watch this show, or you don't like this show. These are my opinions. These are also my time, too. I really can't watch every single show as much as I would love to. I do a full-time job. I have also technically a freelance job, and then I'm having another freelance job coming up soon. So, I don't have a lot of time on my plate. But I am trying to watch a lot of shows. I think I'm watching about a decent majority of these shows. I'm going to talk to you guys about it, tell you if I'm invested in it currently, if I'm watching it and religiously watching it, or if I'm kind of watching it half-assed because I'm just not a fan of it, or whatever, my thoughts on it. So we're going to start off, and by the way, I'm using Mal. I'll leave a description box in the box below if you never use Mal, but you can pretty much look it up yourself. This is the summer list, obviously. So, Oshinoko Season 2, I 100% am watching it. I'm watching it currently. I'm caught up with it currently. I love Oshinoko. It's probably one of my top, 5 favorite anime now of all time. And a lot of people I know question that. They're like, how can you consider this one of your top 5? Personally, if you know the industry of idols, if you know the industry of, the film in Japan and stuff like that, which I know from my friends, I also know from just kind of working a little bit in that kind of realm sometimes, it's dark. There's a lot of dark stuff to it. And Oshinoko, even though it has a kind of supernatural element to it with the whole, reincarnation of the main characters and all that, it's very realistic to what they have to deal with, with editors and writers and all that stuff, especially with Season 2 being a focus on a stage play, which, I don't know if you guys know, in Japan, stage plays are huge. I mean, we have stage, obviously, in America, that's no kidding, we have, Broadway, etc. But stage plays in Japan are a big portion of anime, a big portion of TV shows, video games, everything. And there's a lot to it. There's a lot of nuances that I think Oshinoko's Season 2 is capturing perfectly. It's probably not one of my top shows right now of the season because I really like it, don't get me wrong, but I also can see where people are saying it's kind of slow or having issues with it. I definitely don't think it has the same love as Season 1. I'll be personally, just from what I see online and what I've noticed that people are talking about Twitter and stuff like that. So, it's being loved, but it's not being loved as much as I think it should be. Next up, Alia sometimes hides her feelings in Russian, or Todoroki Bosodo Russian Go de Deru Tonari no Elasan. This show I love. And I love it. It's like a guilty pleasure because it is good, don't get me wrong. It's got, right now I think it was 8.10 on Mal. It is a very good romance comedy. I don't know if it's deserving of such a high number because honestly there's such cliches to it here and there, but at the same token I love the characters. I love the chemistry between a lot of the characters within the show. I think it's funny. I really enjoy it, and it's got a little ecchi in there thrown in for good measure, which is kind of cool. Sometimes a little creepy, but it's a good show. I really enjoy it. I'm reading the light novel actually right now. I actually like the light novel just as much as the show, which is kind of crazy for me because usually I lean more toward one side. If I like the light novel, I like the light novel more. If I like the anime, I like the anime more. But I actually like it about the same as the show, so I'm liking it. Tower of God, yeah, I'm not caught up with Tower of God, unfortunately. I do want to eventually get caught up with it. I used to read the manhwa a lot, or the webtoon, but the thing was that, honestly, it just, time, so the thing was that it's one of the series that I kind of pushed to the side, and you know what? The anime, I hear so many mixed things about it. Some people love it, some people hate it, and it's it makes me kind of not want to catch up sometimes, to be honest with you, just me personally. But I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to eventually get to it. By the way, I'm not signed in for some reason. I don't know why, but that's above the matter. My dear friend Nokutan, or Shinonoko, I'm not even going to try to say that. Listen, I've been butchering that every time I've done this video. I'm not doing it again. So, my dear friend Nokutan, it's going to be one of those shows that you're going to love and hate. I am not currently caught up with it. I'm a few episodes behind. I tried watching a few episodes. It's weird. It reminds me of Azumanga Daioh, but even weirder, if that's possible. And Azumanga Daioh, if you guys don't know, old school, weird comedy anime. That was weird. This is like super strange sometimes. And also sometimes this just feels really random. I think I was talking to Memory and Kay about this, where it feels random. Sometimes that's not always a good thing. Random doesn't always transition to something that's good per se. But I mean, if you want something weird and something completely different, and it's semi-comedy, you can watch My Dear Friend. It's fun. It's a fun watch. I mean, it's good. So you'll find out if you like it or not within the first, like, I think 5 minutes of the first episode. To be honest with you, it's not even. You don't really need to do a 3-episode list for it because it's that weird. Fairy Tail, no, I'm not watching it currently. I could have probably binge it eventually, but I'm not right now watching it. Isekai Suicide Squad, or the Suicide Squad Isekai. That's really hard to say. I'm not a fan of Suicide Squad. Like, I like. Don't get me wrong. I love DC stuff. I love Marvel stuff. I've never been a fan of Suicide Squad. I've always think it's kind of like just to throw out the main characters that are evil and kind of put them in a scenario that's kind of comedic / action packed. It looks interesting, but I mean, from the trailers I've seen for it, but I'm not really like watching it at all. Wisteria Wand and Sword, I am not watching. I've heard to check it out. I will eventually. Days with My Stepsister, as weird as that title sounds. I watched, I think, 2 episodes of it so far. I want to say 2 episodes, maybe 3. I honestly don't know if I want to drop it. It's not because it's per se the title. The title is, yeah, questionable, but it's not. It's very slow. And I know why it's going slow, because it's very traumatic based. Like, there's a lot of trauma in the show, like a lot of trauma. But I don't know how I feel about it. I'm trying to get into it. I mean, I would love to know in the comments below if any of you are watching it. I really haven't found anyone else that's watching it, so we'll see. But I'm not sure if I'm going to keep up with it. No Longer Allowed in Another World, I'm not watching. I have no interest in it, to be honest with you. Pseudo Harem, I've heard about it. Haven't watched it yet. This one, Too Many Losing Heroines, I've heard good things about it. I have also not watched it, sadly. Failure Frame, I am caught up with it. I think it's just like Shield Hero, and that's. It's not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad. The animation is garbage. Like, I'm just gonna put that out there. I really think the studio that did this, Studio 7 Arcs, why? They mix CGI with like 2D animation too often, but CGI like takes precedent a lot often, and it doesn't look good. It just makes the show look really janky. But it's not a horrible show. I mean, it's for an isekai. It's an isekai. It's been done before. The whole thing of the main character having a special power. In this case, even though he's like the weakest class, it's Art Forte all over again, or Shield Hero. It's been done before, but it's okay. It's not a bad show. The Elusive Samurai, I think I watched a little bit of it with my friends. It's not bad. I actually like it a lot. I love the art for it. This 2.5 Dimensional Seduction, I don't even think I've heard of it until recently. Our Last Crusader, The Rise of New World Season 2. I plan on watching it eventually because I love the first season, and it's not because it's a good show. It's really not. But I do just love the romance element of it because I think it's like kind of cute in its own right. But it's not a good show. I'm going to watch the second season eventually. I'm just not watching it right now. I Parry Everything. I want to see this just because it sounds still stupid. It's not even funny. The whole idea of just a character being like that just sounds ridiculous. How to Become Ordinary. I want to say I started watching some of this with my friends. I really couldn't get into it too much. It wasn't bad, but... And then I'm just going to go really fast because I don't want to be here all day looking through every single... Why Does No One Remember This World? Actually checked out with a few of my friends also, and I watched a little bit of my own. I actually really like this. I think it has some potential to be decent. I don't think it's going to be great. I don't think it's going to be the next anime of the year, but it's good. It's not bad. Nier, I'm so far from catching up with Nier. And it's only because the way they did Nier, with the whole, delays of it and the whole issues of COVID back then when it came out, it threw my whole thing off of the show. I have to rewatch it. I have to watch it from the beginning. I wanted to see how it takes, because I'm a big fan of the Nier Automata game. I love the Nier series, the franchise in general. Like, I played Drakengard. I've played all the Niers. If you don't know what Drakengard is, I mean, you really don't know the whole Nier story. But because it does actually play into Nier. I love that franchise. I really do. It's probably one of my favorite Yoko works, like, ever. It's just hands down, it's one of his best works. But I have to watch Nier Automata eventually. I have to catch up with it. Let's see. Why Does No One... Yeah, we talked about the second. I did watch a little bit of that. Like I said, no. I'm looking real fast, and for the most part, I don't think anything else I'm really watching this season. Oh, My Life Has No Emotion. I tried it. It's okay. I mean, it feels like a weaker version of Chobits, if I remember which Chobits is. But it's not, it's not horrible. It's a weaker version of it. Let's see. Anything else I'm watching? There's so many, and I'm also watching a lot of older stuff too, which, watching Bridgerton right now, which is not even an anime, but And all people go, "What the? You watching?" Yeah, I'm watching Bridgerton. I'm a straight guy watching Bridgerton. There's nothing wrong with that. It's actually not a bad show. Um, but yeah, that's all for the most part. That's all I'm watching of the summer 2024 season. Continuing wise, I don't think I'm watching anything. I'm trying to get back to Slime. I'm so far behind. My Hero Academia, I'm also very far behind, unfortunately. But yeah, and I gotta catch up even with Bleach. I'm far behind, unfortunately, with Bleach because I didn't watch the second season. I was trying to let it binge and then I forgot all about it. To be honest with you, it's bad. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this new content. I think the summer season is a lot better than the last season. Honestly, I think there's a lot more potential. I think there's a lot more different variety of shows. I mean, if you want romance, this season seems like is the best place for romance because there's a ton of romance shows. In terms of Isekai, there's a few definitely because I know it seems like every season now has to have Isekai. But guys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too long for you guys. Let me know if you would like more of this content below. I'll do this again for the kind of finale of the season, like when all the episodes all the shows have aired the episodes. I'll try to do a final like thought process of what the season is, and I'll talk to you guys then. Anyways, guys and girls, have a great, blessed day, everyone. God bless you all. Bye bye, everyone.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb.